Hello, welcome. My name is Jakub. I'm VP of Product at Bud. I'm going to, for the next 10 minutes, talk about things that we do in the context of enabling generative AI at financial institutions. I'm not, because it's only 10 minutes, I'm not going to talk a lot about the company, but our booth is here, so if you would like to learn a bit more, then this is where you can find us. But we're going to start with our mission, which is making financial decisions simpler by turning messy data into rich customer insights, which is something that we want to work both for financial institutions, but also for the end customer. Now, the key part of the data landscape that we're looking at are transactions. And what we are doing is we have our own LLM engine that is enabling us to not only categorize each financial transaction, but also detect merchants, identify locations, but then also gradually move to more and more insights. So when we have the base of, we can understand each transaction on its own, then we can start thinking of, okay, what it means for the customer, which brings me to the last slide before I go to the demo, which brings us to the customer level insights. So if I have subscriptions or some recurring items, I can only detect that if I'm looking across the whole customer spending or customer income, which gradually puts me in a position to have the best possible understanding of each individual customer, because how we spend or how we earn tells a lot about our affordability, risks, but also hobbies and behaviors. And this information is very useful, and we have lots of customers that are using this data to, for example, drive better affordability decisions, because it's also very real time. So if, for example, I have a case of a customer that will be loan stacking, credit bureau data will not tell you this until the next month reports is in, while I can see from their accounts that they already started receiving some loan money in, which obviously is a red flag when it comes to lending, but you can only deal with that when you are looking at those transactions, and that's the best source of insight like that. But what we have been seeing recently is that while lots of our clients do things like that, so they do a little bit of categorization, they do a little bit of merchant mapping, they are looking for some selective flags, it's all very specialized within each bank and very difficult to access for others. So what we've decided to do is we have decided to get all those customer insights into one platform, so that you have portfolio level of visibility of everything that is happening with your customer base, which means now that everyone within the bank should be able to access the same level of information as the data analyst or someone that is specialized in processing that type of information. I'm going to show you how it looks. So we have built a product which we call Drive, which is basically on the face of it is a set of dashboards, and it has generative AI interface. And when I go into a specific area, it's all grouped by business objectives or areas that would be interesting for a specific part of the business. I can just click on this. I have easy to use dashboards that are surfacing insights that are primarily driven by what we find in the data. And this is very useful. It works across all the customers. But what it means is I can not only see this, I can not only investigate this at the customer level, but now I'm in a position to, for example, be a bit more agile with how I'm managing my risk portfolio. Because I know how I've been lending this month, I know the risk profile of the customer, I can adjust each decision towards what are my objectives within a specific period of time, so I can potentially avoid risk, or maybe if I have a bit more appetite for it, I can expand my book by taking customers that I wouldn't otherwise approve if it was a risky month, let's say. Now, this is driven by transactional data, but of course, if this is something that you'd like to have, we can add insights that would be based on the data that already is within the bank. Like in this case, for example, we are loading external credit score. And again, this is something that we can overlay on the spending data, on the income information, and anything that we can dig out from transactions. We can just easily combine this. But the most interesting part in this, though, and the whole topic of this short demo, is how does generative AI adds up to this? We have been trying to enable the generative AI experience by letting anyone that would like to access the information using a chatbot-like experience. So the chat that we've built is working with the data that we have, so I can ask it any question that I think would be relevant for the business case I'm working towards. So for example, let me see if I can get an answer on. The point is, we have built an engine that is able to understand every data that we have in it, in the system. It's able to understand the context because we have provided the explanation, but then it's also able to build queries for any person within the bank, so that if I have any question, I can just go to it and I can get the answer instead of waiting for a data analyst, or instead of waiting for someone to basically process a ticket desk request that I have. So this means that if I would like to find customers that will have a specific profile, I can just keep asking, and I can then ask follow-up questions, which I'm going to get an answer immediately. And the reason why I'll be doing this, of course, I'm going to get answers right now, but the most prominent use case that we're seeing here is using this to provide input to decision-making engines or perhaps marketing engines. So I can ask it to export customers that I have found at specific data points. In this case, I'm going to just change the merchant to Klarna, from Klarna to Target maybe, because I know it's in here. And as you can see, it detects the fact that this is a merchant. Previously was able to understand that something was a category. It has access to all the data that we have. It can execute this query pretty quickly, and not going to make you look through this. I'm just going to click on what I'd expect to see, which is basically a list of customers with an income, merchant name, and spending, which is then something that can be fed directly into whenever you'd like to consume this data, whether that's going to be outbound communication, whether it's going to be decision-making engine. We can easily connect with that. And of course, I have a file here, but if it's an API or webhook, it's something that we have, and we can easily integrate with the most common tools out there. And the final thing is, the same technology that we're using here can be also used to provide customer-facing experience. So have a customer-facing chatbot that knows transactions, that can answer questions around what products do I have, how much I've been spending. Now, I know that there's a lot of talk about generative AI chatbots, but one thing which is very, very difficult is to actually make them talk about financial data. So not make mistakes when it comes to maths, retrieve relevant information. And because we do what I said at the beginning, we do a lot of enrichment. So for each transaction, we add a lot of context. It's very easy for us to do semantic search on what do you mean by spending on groceries, food, coffee in a specific period of time, and we can translate it into database query, because this is basically the core of what we're doing. We are trying to match the context to transactions and provide relevant information back to either employee of the bank or the end customer. And I think I'm out of time. I'd be happy to show you more. I'll be at the booth the whole day, so if you'd like to ask any questions or see a bit more or look at what types of data dimensions we have, I'd be happy to do this. Thank you very much.